What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're going to fix a bowed floor joist. As you can see here, I've got the subfloor cut open so we can get access to the floor joist that's causing our issues. We're going to be installing some wood floor in this bedroom, so we need that floor straight as an arrow. There was about a 1/2 inch hump on this floor, so we're going to go ahead, get this floor joist modified, and show you steps along the way. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, let me show you what's going on with this floor joist. Floor joist is obviously bowed, as you can see with my floor level. There's approximately a 1/2 inch gap on the underside of that level. And as you can see, it's not quite level right there on the actual level itself. So what I've done is I've marked out the floor of where it's going to be cut out. I'm going to cut this whole section out, and that will enable me to modify this floor joist that is bowed out with my planer. So I'm going to take my saw, cut that opening out, take this plywood piece out, and we'll be able to operate on this floor joist. So let's go ahead and get this cut open. First things first, need to remove all these nails where the subfloor is secured to the warped floor joist. So we'll go ahead and do so using the nail puller, hammer, and my large pry bar in case I need that. So let's go ahead and get these nails pulled up before we cut this hole open. All right, guys, made the cuts, and as I finished the cuts, I felt the subfloor pop up. So as you can see here, it's hard to kind of see, but anyhow, that lip, it basically took off all the pressure that was built on this bent subfloor. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this up and see what we're gonna work with. All right, subfloors have been officially cut open. Now we're ready to start modifying this joist. Good thing I adjusted the blade height to about 1/2 inch to a 5/8 inch on the circular saw. This is some Romex from a downlight that I added in the family room down below. So You don't want to cut more than you need to because you don't know what's below the floor. Anyhow, you can see right there on the edge, on the exterior wall, you can see how bowed that is and how much stress that subfloor is being bent up. So we're gonna go ahead and shave off some of this floor joist with the planer, get this thing level, and then we'll be able to put our new piece of subfloor in place, nail it and screw it in position, and this thing will be ready for some wood floor. Alrighty guys, I took my 48-inch level, braced it across the opening we cut to access this warped floor joist. I measured 9/16 down from the bottom of this level to the location on this warped joist. Made a few marks in pencil, and then I'm going to scab on this 2x4 temporarily onto the joist, which will give us a guide of when we're using our planer of when we need to stop. Also on this 2x4, I cut off about 1/4 of an inch just so I can have this sharp edge as opposed to the rounded edges that 2x4s have. So let's go ahead and get this 2x4 temporarily bolted onto this joist, and we'll get started on getting this planed out. Okay, temporary 2x4 is now scabbed to the warped floor joist. I took a pencil and drew some marks on top of this 2x4 just so I can see as a guide whenever my planer takes that level off, I know that's exactly where I need to stop at, because this is a fresh cut on this 2x4 with the sharp edge that I made. So we will be using the planer. I've got the bag attachment, that's pretty important, otherwise it's gonna make a big mess. For the areas in the back corner will not reach, I'll be using my either chisel or my acislating saw. So let's go ahead and get started on grinding down this warped floor joist. Planer did its magic. This warped floor joist is now flush with this temporary 2x4 that was scabbed on there. We're gonna go ahead and pull that off, and we're gonna put some 2x4s on the underside of this part of the plywood and on the underside of this part of the plywood. That way our new filler piece will have something to sit on. So we'll go ahead, pull this piece off, get another 2x4, and we'll screw it to the subfloor. Same thing on this side, we'll screw it to the subfloor, and then we'll go ahead and measure this opening out, cut a new piece of subfloor out, and screw everything in position, and we should be patched up. Let's go ahead and get that lumber cut up. right, got the temporary 2x4 removed from the joist that was planed off. Got two 2x4s on the outside perimeter, screwed to the sides of the existing subfloor, which will give us some support for our new pieces of subfloor that will be going in position. So let's go ahead, get these bolted down. Before I did that, I went ahead and put some marks of where my joists are at and where the 2x4s are at. Also on that wall as well. So I've got a guide of which line to bolt them into. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, got the infill subfloor into position. Everything was pre-drilled and screwed. I did not use a nail gun due to the fact that there's a finished ceiling right below that might cause some vibration and cause some nail pops or whatever. Did not want to disrupt all the finished drywall and paintwork that was below. So anyhow, I used screws and it worked out pretty well. We've got 3 more spots on the upper floor here. So since we've got all the tools in position, we'll go ahead. Let's get started number 2. All right, guys, this is the second location of the warped floor joist in the upstairs. This is in the same master bedroom I've been working in. This one, however, is a little bit longer at 10 foot long. I went up to the hardware store and picked up 2 2x4s at 12 foot long, just so we have the right span. So I've already taken it to the table saw, cut off one edge, just so we have a sharp edge to go by. But as you can see with this level right here, this thing is rocking. It's hard to see overall view, but this is my 40-inch level and this thing is just rocking away. Let me show you what I've got on my smaller level. As you can see, it's got some rocking. And if you put the level right on the edge there, you can see there's probably about a 1/4 inch gap. Same thing on this side, about a 1/4 inch gap. But it gets much worse when you put a longer level on position. So got it marked out. We're gonna cut it 1 foot wide. This is approximately 10 foot long. So we'll take our circular saw, set the depth, and the corners we'll cut out with the scintillating saw. Let's go ahead, get this cut open. Second floor joist officially repaired and patched up. Looks pretty good. Put our level in position. Doesn't have much rockage to it, barely any. Much better than the major locking that it had before. So this is officially ready for some wood floor when we get to that point. And here is the one we did yesterday, smaller patch. There's 2 more locations upstairs, one in the hallway and one in the back bedroom. I'll get to those when time persists, but in the meantime, this is the master bedroom. I'm putting emphasis on getting this master bathroom renovation squared away. Well, I've got the tools in position, figured I'd knock this out, so this is looking pretty good. One thing to mention, I was using 2-inch exterior deck screws. Why I like these is they're a lot stronger than a typical black drywall screw. Plus they have the star bit instead of the typical Phillips head bit. Phillips head bits are known to slip and strip. These are star bits. I have not experienced any slippage or stripping of these. It takes a lot of effort to do so, but that is very snug on the bit. So I do like these star drive screws a lot better, so they are worth the extra upcharge. So I just went ahead and bought a 5-pound box since I've got 2 other locations to square away. So another important thing to mention while working on the floor joist is always put your weight behind your secondary joist. As you can see here with this piece of subfloor, this was only being supported by the tongue and grooves. So if you were to push all your weight on this, these tongue and grooves give out, you're going through the ceiling below and you're having a bad day. So try and stay behind the secondary joist, behind what you're working at, because essentially this subfloor is just flapping the wind. There's no support for it, especially in situations like this where it's basically an end piece as opposed to a larger piece right here that's supported by numerous other joists. But anyhow, stay safe and just stick behind your secondary floor joist while you're working on your main joist that needs to be addressed. Alright guys, this concludes the video of the crowned floor joist repair. We're able to resolve 2 areas upstairs. We've got 2 more to go. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.